Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Dreaded of Boston here, aka the King of Boston. Today we're back for episode number 10 of my Philadelphia Phillies franchise here on MLB 15, the show. And today we're back with offseason number 1. So, as you can see, the Giants defeated the Red Sox in the World Series. We also are going to need to hire a new pitching coach. Take a look at the retired players. No one too big off of our roster. Jose Molina, Joe Nathan, and a couple of no-names. You can see Ortiz and Ichiro make the Hall of Fame, but we are going to go into hire coaches here. So we're going to hire Danny Garce as our new pitching coach. I was just basically basing it off of the coach attributes. So he ended up signing on. And now you can see a sped up version of me basically giving everybody contracts. There weren't too many big contracts that I gave out or anything. I think I didn't really do any long-term extensions. The main pieces of my team, like Michael Franco, Eduardo Rodriguez, guys like that, you know, they're not quite at arbitration yet. So I'll worry about contract extensions for them when we get to arbitration. But for now, you know, I'm all set just giving them the league minimum, renewing those guys. And then, you know, we let certain people go, Dustin McGowan, Sean O'Sullivan, you know, some of the older veterans that we don't really have a need for. And mainly this offseason, it's going to be, you know, pretty much a pretty small one. I'm not really planning on making any big moves. I imagine next year is going to be another rebuilding year. Not that it's really what you guys could probably want to see in terms of the videos, but I'm hoping that next year will be a little bit more competitive. You will see we do make a couple relatively big moves at the end of the offseason. I'll show you guys when we get there, but you can take a look at the contracts. So basically 1-year deals for pretty much everybody. You know, I want to keep as much payroll flexibility as I can. Jacob Lindgren was a guy we actually were struggling to re-sign, so I had to give him a bit of a bigger raise than I intended. And you can see here I'm shopping around Nick Castellanos, and look at this. One of the offers for him is one of the pitchers I wanted to take in the draft last year. So I end up throwing in Brandon League, and we also get Chase Simmons. Simmons is a lot younger than League, and I think he might actually be a little bit higher of an overall too, so... Or actually, it might be a couple points lower, I'm not sure. But then, look who we see in free agency, Paul Geronko. So the two pitchers that I wanted to take in the draft last year, both become available to us, which was pretty nice. So I ended up wanting to move Nick Castellanos just because, I don't know, we just have a lot of third baseman, corner outfielders, and he didn't really perform for us at the end of the year. He's already 24 years old. I don't really know how much better he's going to get, so I just decided it was a logical guy to move on from. But you can see I was exploring the free agent market, just trying to sign guys to fill out the depths of our farm system. And, you know, you can see me targeting some guys. Steve McKee is the guy with big power. The guy, Tom King, who I just gave a contract to. Big contact guy, B potential. You can see we got a couple closing pitchers or relievers with B potential. So just really filling out the farm system, trying to improve our depth a little bit. But anyway, you can see some of the free agents here. And really, I didn't want to go after any big name free agents like Jordan Zimmerman, because I didn't want to give up my first round draft pick. We're going to have like a top 10 pick next year. And I'm not sure if the game recognizes the rule where if you have a top 10 pick, you don't actually forfeit that pick, you forfeit your second round pick. I didn't even want to chance it, and I just decided this was going to be a small offseason. I was going to make some minor moves, go after a guy like Adam Warren, who had a really good year last year, who can be a starter or a reliever, and you're going to see me go after, you know, a guy like Mike Fiers, another guy. I think he got non-tendered by the Brewers, or they didn't offer him arbitration. So another guy who had a good year last year, not very highly rated in the game, but could fill out our rotation. You know, we only have 3 guys slotted in for the rotation next year. So we needed a couple more, but anyway, you can see I was looking for a right-handed outfield bat as well to spot Dom Brown against lefties. So I was looking at Scott Van Slyke and Justin Ruggiano. Now we signed Tom King as well, but Scott Van Slyke I made a 1-year offer to, like I said, trying to keep as much payroll flexibility as possible, and he ends up declining that. You're going to see here in a moment. He takes the Royals 4-year offer. So I would eventually go back to Justin Ruggiano. I think I did it later in the offseason, but and then you can see we get this absurd trade offer. But the Rule 5 draft, pretty uneventful. Really no one in this Rule 5 draft that I thought was worth taking, and only one guy ended up getting picked. It was, I think, the first guy on the list. But anyway, so you can see we're going back to the contracts. We're upping our offer to Mike Fiers. I gave him 2 years and $1.8 million. And then I believe he eventually takes that one. Adam Warren, still looking like he's going to sign on. And here's Justin Ruggiano, 1 year, $1.5 million. I think I upped this actually to maybe $2 million. But yeah, Ruggiano we can use in right field. He can play center field as well. So, you know, just trying to get different left-handed, right-handed bats. And, you know, really my goal is to field a more competitive team next year. I don't want to be at the bottom of the, you know, league again. I'd rather see some improvement, especially out of our young guys. Because we are going to have some progress from guys like Michael Franco, Eduardo Rodriguez, Aaron Nola. And the improvement of those guys should help improve our team, in theory. So, anyway... here's a look at some of the offseason trades. You guys know the trades in this game can be pretty absurd. You can see Cole Hamels got traded to the Diamondbacks. I decided I would let those slide. Whatever. Not a big deal. I didn't think any of them were too egregious, although Gio Gonzalez for John Danks was kind of questionable. But anyway, Brian McCann to the White Sox. So a couple big names there. But so we get to the end of free agency here, and I see a couple names are still unsigned. So I decided I looked at Jose Bautista, and I look at Cliff Lee, two guys. Lee used to be on the Phillies, and Bautista's a guy the Phillies have targeted in the past. So I figured I'd just give them 1-year contract offers, and then we literally were bidding against nobody because we didn't even have to simulate one day for both those guys to sign. So that is going to improve our team a lot, and because of that, I decided I would move Ryan Howard if I could. And the Brewers showed some interest in Ryan Howard, and they offered us this good left-handed reliever in Will Smith. So we dump Howard's contract. We can play Bautista at first base if we want. And then I was just looking around at trade offers, and I got this pretty crazy one. Sonny Gray for these 3 pitching prospects that I'm thinking about moving some of my pitching prospects at some point just because we have so many at this point. But also I trade Jonathan Pettibone and Kevin Correa for Christian Vasquez. Now the Red Sox have like 7 different catchers they could use. So I decided to take one of theirs because we still needed a catcher to go along with Hank Conger, and then also trade Ben Lively and Joely Rodriguez for Miguel Santana. Again, I was just trying to unload some pitchers from our farm system because we had so many that I was looking to move some. That's how I got that Sonny Gray trade offer. And then I still might look to move guys like Tom Windle and Jesse Biddle, but for now, we're just going to enter the season with them. But let me know what you guys thought of that Sonny Gray trade offer. I mean, the thing about this is the reason I didn't make any too many big moves is because our young core, the guys that we're building around, are still a couple years away. And I want to make a move like getting a Sonny Gray. I want to make that kind of move when we're ready for contention, not right now. That'd be a little too early. And then, by the time we're good, he might be getting closer towards free agency. So that move wouldn't make it as much sense for us. So, if you know what I mean. So, the moves like that, going out and getting the big name players, I don't want to build around those type of guys. I'm going to build around the guys that we have right now in our core that we've traded for that, we're already with the Phillies, like J.P. Crawford, Michael Franco, and then I'm going to supplement those guys with people like Sonny Gray making those type of trades. So for now, that's why I took it pretty slow this offseason. It wasn't not filled with big moves, but I think we're going to see signs of improvement, and then, year 3, 4, and 5 is when we're really going to go after things. So anyway, that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching. Just out. Peace.